Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to Mine Mogul with what is probably going to be the last episode. Now, in the last episode, I basically gave you guys a rundown of how much of the factory of the mine we have left to create, and well, unfortunately, we are down to the last little cluster. The last little bit is just off of our steel production area. It's about three copper mines, two of which are heavy copper mines, which adds a little bit of an extra little twist to it. So, a bit of fun. Last episode, though, what we did was fill up the copper area, which is now producing us a whole crud ton of copper ingots and copper gears, and of course, as you just saw, junk ingots. Mostly because we're shakering off the coal that it's producing, and we really don't give a rat's patootie about keeping the coal itself. Pretty sure the ingots give us more money than the little chunks of coal would. And yeah, also, can't forget the gold area, which I don't think I can actually get to it from there. But as you can see, gold coming off of this line, that's all coming out of a little setup we have here. There are just two mines over there, and that's all we did last episode, which might have made it a bit of a short episode. I haven't quite gotten to editing it yet, so surprise, surprise, you're seeing me after not too much longer of recording the previous one. But that's fine. Last episode, we also talked about what the future is going to look like, what the next playthrough might be. Whether it be Factorio, RimWorld, or if you guys want me to go and restart up the Roman Empire in Stellaris. And if you guys do, let me know which option is your favorite, because if you guys do choose Factorio or RimWorld, Factorio, I haven't actually completed a actual full playthrough of that. I just never really, I don't know what the word is. I love the game, don't get me wrong. It's a really fun game. It's just, I never really got past a certain point just because of how complicated it got. But if I had, say, a channel that I had to go and actually record videos for, and I was forced to pretty much just go and actually continue it, might give me the push to actually do it instead of just, well, lays out on it. And as for RimWorld, I have a lot of experience with RimWorld to the point where I'm actually starting to play with mods, and most likely, I might play with mods for that playthrough too. Let me know whether you want a pure vanilla RimWorld experience or a modded RimWorld experience, if you want that. Just let me know. Alright, as for this episode, we are going to go and we are going to finish up this map. Before we go and run off, let's make sure we actually have everything we need. Okay, we do. Or at least, it looks like we do. Yep, we do. Okay. Just had to make sure we had everything that we were... Ooh. Not... Well, yeah, we do. I forgot what the main game plan was. Alright, so, here we are, in the last little bit, the copper area. We have, of course, the ordinary mine, and then over here we have the two giant heavy mines. And we are going to go and we are going to add them to the network. So first, we are going to whip out our small one. And then we will whip out the two big ones. I will say, that is one of the fun little bits about these heavy miners, is they haven't quite made them doubled yet. And by that I mean, they haven't done what they've done over here yet to them, which is make it so that they produce two different kinds of resources. The heavy mines are almost always going to be just the same exact resource, which is good for me. Very good for me. Because then I don't have to try to figure out how to get the dang thing working. Alrighty. And there we go. Actually, I don't need that, do I? Nah, not really. I can keep that there just to be on the safe side. But for this, we can just do like so. And boom. Done. Okay, so now we need to take you and move you on over this way. And actually, yeah. Yeah, that's wow, I picked the perfect ending spot to end this, because honestly speaking, I'm just planning on taking it over to our other copper area. So we honestly don't need to do anything except for build it now. Kind of anticlimactic, honestly. I probably should have done a little bit more work on trying to make it a little bit, well, more of a climactic finish. But hey, we're almost out of conveyor belts, so hey, there's a little bit of conflict for us. Oh well, one last little skydive. Whee! Got my legs. Alrighty. And there we are. Alrighty. And it does look like it's being a little bit annoying. But I think the main problem is, yeah, they're just getting stuck on themselves. They're not actually... The sorter's not having that much of a problem, it's just they're getting stuck on themselves, the ingots. So, okay, well, a little bit of an upgrade that we did last episode, so it was worth it. And yes, I probably should have double checked to make sure that I had enough belts, but it looks like we do. So we just go on up here, and we continue on through here. Oh, never mind. Huh. Corner pieces for the win. And we're gonna need to move that light. I really do like going down the same side as all the lamp poles, don't I? Oh well. We can go up this way. Yeah. It's not like I'm going to be using this. It's not like I'm going to be using this, this way anyways. At least not too often. That I had already set up a bit of a pathing for myself. And done. Alrighty. So it'll snake on through there, come on up here, and eventually all get tossed down there. But no, it won't be. Yeah, it won't be doing that. I mean, most of it will, yes, but not all of it. Actually, none of it will be. There. Yeah, none of it will be. Because it would just be a better idea to just add it to this line. We already have the stuff crushed up by the time it gets here. So we don't need to send it through the crusher again. We could, but that wouldn't be a good idea. And we've already got a sorter there that'll sort off all the various stuff. Though I do think I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to upgrade it to the bigger sorter just to be on the safe side. So, what are we going to do with this? Easy. We're going to make that emergent. Alrighty. And that should do that. Down over here. And do that. Now we can grab you guys back again. Place back down in there. And now we should just be able to turn on all of our auto miners. And by the time we're out here, we're done picking up this. We should be seeing. No? Okay. A little bit slower than I thought it was. Alright. Cool. Alrighty. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a little bit of a cheat thing. I'm going to add this to this. And you. There. And you. There. Just on the object. So now all the coal is going to just go and whip around and go all the way around here. Ah, that's another thing I should probably work on. Oh hey, got some conflict. Okay, we are going to go and do this, where we're going to have the coal basically go up this line and add itself onto this line. There. Okay. Whew. Now, as soon as we see some coal come through, we will have it come through here. Thank you. And there. There. No problems at all. We'll shoot the stick out the side. Yep. Alrighty. And that's that. Okay, a little bit of a problem, but from here on out, any coal that comes out of there should just come out the front, go around the bend here, and then once you get it up to here, should just kick out to the side. And that's that. Alright, well, that is that, everybody. We have just finished the mine officially. All of the various resources are now being well, exploited. Should probably make sure that this isn't overloading the system before we call it officially 100% done and dusted. It does seem like we're producing a lot more copper, as we probably should be. No, it's not really backing up the system at all. It is producing a whole crud ton of copper, though, which is not really all that surprising, I suppose we should be saying. It really shouldn't be all that surprising. Let's see. I'm going to really quickly calculate here. We have 4 heavy miners and 2 normal miners. We've already established that the heavy miners do practically twice the amount of work. Probably a little bit more than that, but we'll just go with 2 for ease of mind and honestly making it as simple as possible. So, since we have 4 heavy miners, that makes them equal to 8 normal miners. Add on the additional 2 normal miners that we already have, though we could kind of knock off a half for the, partial coal. But, like I said, heavy miners are already also producing more than just double, so we'll just call that good. So we've got 10 mines of product coming through here. We got 10 mines worth of stuff that's going through here. And it's still not enough production to keep it running flat out all the time. That is how crazy a smeltery can get. And do keep in mind that we're producing a gear. That this gear, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure that it probably costs more to make a gear than a single ingot, but it probably doesn't cost 2 ingots. So, if we had a 2 ingot thing here, it could even be more if it was actually running flat out. We could actually set it up so that we were actually producing, full flat out what we wanted to produce. We could produce more if we actually wanted to. Well, if we had the throughput, which 10 mines are not enough throughput, apparently. Quite impressive, quite impressive. But, oh well. Now we are making everything. We're making steel, we're making copper, we're making gold. Hang on. If I'm going to say that, hang on. Okay. We're making gold. I had to run over the gold area to say that. Though gold isn't really being produced all that quickly. I'll admit that. Gold is not being produced all that quickly. I know. But it is still being produced. Just not very quickly. we're making plenty of threaded rod too, apparently, looking at the quest. And of course, we are making oh so much iron stuff too. In fact, we're making so much stuff we're actually overflowing our supplies. Come on, come on, come on out of there, kid. Come on. Hello. Ugh. Well, yeah. Oh, hey, how are we doing down here? Alright, awesome. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so that was a good call to make the splitter there, too. Okay. Whew. Alright, well, that is this place completely and totally done. Now, like I said, I am going to take you guys through the entire mine, just showing you everything that we did. I'll take you to each and every area. Just a little bit of a show off of what it all looks like overall. Oh, and before I forget, because I haven't shown it off, it's still here. Our lucky charm is still here. Ah, man. Anyway. Oh, I think I might actually do that every time now. Whenever I start a new playthrough of this game, I think I'm gonna just do that. Grab the first one and put it in the death. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for enjoying. I hope you all had a good time, and I hope you all enjoyed this series. Obviously, let me know if you guys want to actually see the little, you know, tour. I'm probably just gonna make the video anyways and show it off just because I want to, personally. I want to. But let me know what of the 3 options I gave you guys you'd like to see next, or heck, even if you had a game you had your eye on that maybe I might have in my catalog. Maybe I have one of the other games that I didn't think were going to be very fun or interesting that you thought, hey, why don't you try this one out? See how that works. I'll look into it, and if it's something that might be fun for not only me, but also be what I would consider entertaining for people, I'll go and play it. But anyways, that will be all for this Mine Mogul and the new map. And you know, reflecting back, I remember before we had all this industry and such, and it used to be a pretty cavern. Now it's a very profitable cavern. Thank you, everybody. Have yourselves a great night, and sayonara.